The United Kingdom £2 coin of 2006 is a bimetallic circulating coin that, while part of the standard issue rather than a commemorative release, encapsulates a remarkable amount of historical, technological, and cultural symbolism within its design, materials, and production story. It belongs to the decimal coinage system introduced in 1971, yet the £2 denomination did not become a standard circulation coin until 1998, following a series of commemorative-only £2 coins issued between 1986 and 1997 in single metal form. The introduction of the bimetallic £2 in 1998 was not only an aesthetic decision but a strategic one, as the bimetal format offers enhanced security features and distinguishes the coin visually and tactilely from other denominations. The 2006 issue maintains the core specifications of the series: a diameter of 28.4 mm, a thickness of 2.5 mm, and a weight of exactly 12 grams, with an outer ring composed of nickel brass 76% copper, 20% zinc, and 4% nickel producing a warm golden color, and an inner disc of cupronickel 75% copper, 25% nickel producing a silvery hue. This construction is not only visually striking but also functionally important, as the different electrical conductivity of the two metals aids in machine recognition, reducing counterfeiting risk. The obverse of the coin features the fourth definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley FRBs and introduced in 1998. Rank Broadley's portrait is notable for its realism. Unlike previous portraits that often idealize the monarch's appearance, his version presents a more accurate and mature likeness, showing the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, with fine detail in the hair and facial features. The surrounding inscription reads, Elizabeth II DG Reg Fid Def 2006, the Latin abbreviation for Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith, a title inherited from Tudor times. On the reverse, Bruce Russian's innovative design tells a story of human technological progress through 4 concentric layers. At the very center are small cogwheels representing the mechanical age of the Industrial Revolution, a period in which Britain played a pioneering role. Surrounding this are a series of gears and machinery parts symbolizing industrial engineering advances. Moving outward, one encounters patterns evoking the traces of electronic circuits, representing the 20th century transition into electronics and computing. Finally, the outermost design element suggests the interconnected digital age of the 21st century, linking back to the coin's edge inscription, standing on the shoulders of giants, a phrase made famous by Sir Isaac Newton in a 1676 letter to Robert Hooke. Newton's words capture the idea that new discoveries build upon the foundation of earlier work, a concept perfectly aligned with the technological timeline depicted on the coin. This inscription is milled into the edge, providing both an aesthetic flourish and an additional anti-counterfeiting measure. The minting process for such a bimetallic coin involves precise engineering. The inner and outer blanks are produced separately, carefully aligned, and then struck together under immense pressure to create a permanent metallurgical bond, while simultaneously impressing the obverse and reverse designs. The Royal Mint's ability to produce millions of these coins with consistent quality is a testament to modern minting technology. In 2006, the £2 coin was issued in large numbers for general circulation, making it common in everyday use, but the Royal Mint also struck smaller quantities in brilliant uncirculated and proof finishes for collectors. Proof coins, often sold in presentation cases, feature sharper details, mirror-like fields, and frosted devices, while brilliant uncirculated examples, often found in annual mint sets, offer a cleaner strike and higher luster than their circulation counterparts. These collector versions retain the same design and composition but differ in production quality, and over time, pristine examples have a modest premium on the secondary market. In circulation, the coin's appearance changes gradually as the nickel brass ring develops a deeper golden brown patina and the cupronickel center acquires a softer, sometimes slightly gray tone. While the 2006 £2 is not scarce, varieties and errors are of interest to dedicated numismatists. Known examples include slight misalignments of the bimetal join, off-center strikes, and minor doubling in the inscriptions, although these are rare and often command collector attention. The 2006 £2 also sits at an interesting point in the denomination's history. By this time, the public had become accustomed to the £2 coin in daily transactions, and it had fully replaced the £1 note for larger cash payments. The £2 coin also served as a versatile platform for commemorating national milestones. While 2006 itself featured no special reverse design, the following years saw popular commemoratives such as the 2007 bicentenary of the abolition of the slave trade and the 2009 Charles Darwin anniversary. As a result, The 2006 issue is sometimes seen by collectors as a baseline year, representing the standard technology design without the distraction of an event-specific theme. Historically and culturally, the coin reflects Britain's dual identity, firmly rooted in centuries-old tradition, as seen in the monarch's portrait and Latin titles, yet forward-looking and globally engaged, as expressed in the technological motif. The choice of Newton's quotation also underscores the country's scientific heritage and its ongoing contribution to global knowledge. Even in the realm of public perception, the coin plays multiple roles. To the average person, it is simply a unit of currency, but to the numismatist, it is a tangible link between past, present, and future. The durability of the £2 coin is another practical benefit. It is expected to last decades in circulation, far longer than paper currency of equivalent value, making it economically efficient for the Royal Mint to produce. The 2006 issue, like others in the series, also demonstrates the Mint's commitment to combining artistry with security, a philosophy that has influenced coinage worldwide. In terms of global context, the UK's £2 bimetallic coin preceded similar designs in the Eurozone, Canada, and other nations, showing Britain's role as an innovator in coin production. Although the 2006 £2 may not be rare or expensive in circulated condition, its significance lies in its design longevity, technological symbolism, and role in everyday British life. Today, it continues to circulate alongside newer commemorative £2 coins, quietly fulfilling its function as both a medium of exchange and a miniature piece of metalwork telling a much larger story about national identity, scientific progress, and the evolution of currency. The 2017 United Kingdom £1 coin stands as one of the most significant and transformative issues in modern British numismatic history, representing not only a change in design but also a fundamental overhaul of coin security, as it was the first full-year issue of the new 12-sided bimetallic £1 coin that replaced the familiar round pound which had circulated since 1983, and its creation was directly prompted by widespread counterfeiting of the old coin, with the Royal Mint estimating that at its peak more than 3% of the round £1 coins in circulation, over 45 million pieces, were counterfeit, an alarming figure that undermined confidence in the currency and created operational issues for businesses and vending systems, leading to years of research and development into a secure replacement. The 2017 coin, following a limited 2016 dated production mainly for trial and collector purposes, entered mass circulation on the 28th of March 2017 and by October of the same year completely replaced the round pound as legal tender, a changeover period that required massive coordination between the Royal Mint, banks, retailers, and machine manufacturers. Physically, the coin is distinctive for its 12-sided dodecagonal shape with rounded corners, deliberately recalling the pre-decimal brass threepence coin of 1937-1970, and for its bimetallic construction featuring a gold-colored nickel-brass outer ring and a silver-colored nickel-plated inner disc, a combination that not only makes it instantly recognizable but also contributes to its durability and machine readability. It measures 23.43 mm in diameter, 2.8 mm thick, and weighs 8.75 grams, with a steel core that gives it magnetic properties, aiding automated sorting. Its obverse side features the fifth definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Royal Mint engraver Jody Clark and introduced in 2015, notable for being the first UK coin portrait created entirely with digital 3D modeling, showing the Queen facing right, wearing the royal diamond diadem and ornate robes, with the Latin legend, Elizabeth II DG Reg FD 2017, encircling the design, the abbreviated form of Dei Gratia Regina Fidei Defensor, meaning, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. The reverse, the result of a public competition won in 2015 by 15-year-old David Pearce, presents a modern interpretation of the royal arms through botanical symbolism, combining the English rose, the Scottish thistle, the Welsh leek, and the Northern Irish shamrock, all emerging from a single stem beneath a royal crown, with £1 at the base, a design that unites the four nations of the United Kingdom in a single image while maintaining clarity even at small scale. Beyond aesthetics, the coin incorporates multiple advanced security features, making it, at launch, the most secure circulating coin in the world. These include a latent image that changes from a pound symbol to the numeral 1 when viewed from different angles, micro-lettering along the inner rim that reads £1 on one side and the year of issue on the other, a hidden high-security feature known as ISIS Integrated Secure Identification System involving materials embedded in the coin detectable by special devices, and alternating milled and plain edges to aid both visual and tactile identification. The introduction of the 2017 £1 coin involved the largest coin replacement program in British history, requiring the minting of over 1.5 billion coins in just a few years, with hundreds of millions dated 2017 alone, and necessitating the reprogramming of ticket machines, self-checkouts, and parking meters nationwide. While the vast majority of 2017 £1 coins are common and trade at face value, a small number of unusual variants have attracted collector interest, such as misaligned bimetallic rings, double strikes, weak strikes, and a few rare instances where 2016 dated coins entered circulation in error, all of which command premium prices in the numismatic market. Proof in brilliant uncirculated BU versions of the 2017 £1 coin, produced for collectors, feature superior strike quality, mirror-like fields, and often come in presentation packaging, with special silver-proof .925 sterling silver with selective gold plating, and gold-proof editions also offered at significant premiums. The choice of a teenager's design for the reverse was widely celebrated in the press as an example of public engagement with coinage and as a symbolic nod to the nation's future, while the 12-sided format not only recalled historical British coins but also served a practical anti-counterfeiting purpose, as counterfeiters would have to replicate complex multi-metallic geometry and precision milling that is difficult to fake. Thematically, the inclusion of the leek for whales was notable because previous £1 coin reverse designs representing whales often favored the dragon emblem, making this a botanical shift in line with the other three nations' floral symbols. From a monetary policy perspective, the 2017 £1 coin was expected to save the UK economy millions annually by reducing losses from counterfeit currency and lowering replacement costs due to its projected 25 to 30-year lifespan compared to just 5 years for the older brass alloy round pound. In global context, the new £1 coin's security measures drew interest from mints in other countries considering their own anti-counterfeiting upgrades, and it joined a relatively small group of polygonal circulating coins, such as Canada's loonie and certain Eastern Caribbean and South Pacific issues, proving that distinctive shapes can achieve both public acceptance and functional efficiency. In cultural terms, the withdrawal of the round pound in October 2017 created a brief period of nostalgia and even hoarding, with some Britons keeping round pounds as souvenirs of an era, while others scrambled to spend them before the demonetization deadline, and banks cooperated in accepting old coins for exchange. Public adaptation to the new coin was rapid, aided by its obvious shape, bimetallic coloring, and the media coverage of its launch. For collectors building date runs of the 12-sided £1, the 2017 issue is an essential and historically pivotal starting point, marking the beginning of the modern secure £1 coin era and the last to debut during Queen Elizabeth II's lifetime, as subsequent dates in the series now carry the legacy of her reign. As time passes, the 2017 £1 coin's role in this significant transitional moment in UK currency history ensures that it will be remembered not just as an everyday object but as a landmark of coin design, minting technology, and national identity, embodying in a small metal form the union of tradition and innovation that defines British coinage in the 21st century. The 1984 £1 coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II is an important and distinctive piece in the history of British coinage, both for its design and for its place in the early years of the modern round pound, which replaced the older £1 banknote in regular circulation. Introduced in 1983, the round pound was part of a major change in the United Kingdom's currency system, aiming to provide a durable, secure, and convenient alternative to paper money for the £1 denomination, which suffered from high wear and tear due to frequent use. The 1984 issue, minted in large quantities for circulation, was the second year of the series and is particularly notable because it continued the practice of annually changing the reverse design to represent the different countries of the United Kingdom. For 1984, the reverse design symbolized Wales, featuring the Welsh leek encircled by an ornamental coronet, an emblem steeped in history and national pride. This design, created by sculptor and coin designer Leslie Durbin, shows a detailed representation of the leek, a national emblem of Wales dating back centuries, often associated with Saint David, the patron saint of Wales, and famously worn by Welsh soldiers during battle to distinguish themselves. The reverse bears the Latin inscription Pleidolwyfimgwlad, meaning, "True am I to my country," taken from the Welsh national anthem. This inscription surrounds the central leek and crown motif and reflects the deep cultural connection of the design to the Welsh people. The obverse of the coin features the second definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machen, which had been used on British decimal coinage since 1968. In this portrait, the Queen is shown wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland diamond tiara, facing right, with the surrounding inscription Elizabeth II DG Reg FD 1984, abbreviated Latin for Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. The lettering is finely rendered and evenly spaced, showing the high quality of royal mint craftsmanship during this period. The coin was struck in nickel brass, an alloy of 70% copper, 24.5% zinc, and 5.5% nickel, giving it its distinctive golden color. It has a diameter of 22.5 mm, a thickness of 3.15 mm, and weighs 9.5 grams. The edge of the coin is not just reeded or plain, but milled with an incuse inscription reading PLEIDIOLWYFIMGWLAD as an added security and decorative feature. This was part of the anti-counterfeiting measures, as milling with lettering made the coin harder to replicate. Production took place at the Royal Mint's Llantrisant facility in South Wales, which had been the main site for UK coin production since the early 1970s. The 1984 £1 coin was produced in both circulation and collector versions, including brilliant uncirculated and proof strikes, the latter being especially sought after by numismatists. In terms of historical context, the round pound's introduction came at a time when inflation and economic changes were making smaller denominations of paper money impractical, and coins were preferred for their longevity. The 1984 issue, therefore, represents not only a piece of currency but also a stage in the UK's adaptation to modern monetary needs. As part of the broader Heraldic Emblems of the United Kingdom series, the 1984 Welsh leek design followed the 1983 coin's design representing the United Kingdom as a whole, and it was followed in 1985 by a coin representing Scotland with the thistle. This rotation of designs encouraged public interest and collector enthusiasm, and it also promoted the idea of the UK's four constituent nations being equally recognized on the currency. Over time, however, as the years passed and counterfeiting of the £1 coin became more widespread in the 1990s and 2000s, the 1984 coin became one of many early round pounds that were eventually withdrawn from legal tender in 2017, when the new 12-sided bimetallic £1 coin was introduced. Nevertheless, original examples of the 1984 coin remain widely available to collectors, especially in circulated grades, although uncirculated and proof examples in original packaging hold more value. In terms of market prices, a circulated 1984 £1 coin generally holds modest collector value due to its high mintage. Over 443 million coins were struck for circulation, while proof and pristine examples can fetch higher prices depending on demand and condition. The design artistry of Leslie Durbin, who was an acclaimed silversmith and designer, adds cultural value to the piece, as his attention to heraldic authenticity and craftsmanship makes the reverse stand out among the heraldic coin designs of the era. The leek itself, a humble vegetable, has deep roots in Welsh culture, symbolizing resilience and loyalty, and its placement on a national coin reinforced the sense of regional pride within the United Kingdom. The Arnold Machen portrait on the obverse also deserves attention, as it was one of the most recognizable images of Queen Elizabeth II, used for nearly 2 decades on UK coins and many Commonwealth issues, representing continuity and stability in the monarchy. The coin's nickel-brass composition, though visually appealing, also meant it developed a distinctive patina over time, with older examples often showing subtle changes in tone due to oxidation, something that appeals to certain collectors who appreciate coins with circulated history. From a numismatic perspective, the 1984 £1 coin is also a good example of how British coinage combines artistry, national symbolism, and functional durability. Its weight and thickness made it easy to handle, and its distinctive golden color set it apart from other denominations, helping to prevent confusion in everyday transactions. The edge lettering not only served as a security measure but also reinforced the coin's cultural message, literally embedding the Welsh national motto into the currency. While common in circulated condition, the coin represents a fascinating chapter in British currency history, particularly as part of the early years of the round pound series, which now form a complete, finite set in the eyes of collectors since their demonetization. The 1984 £1 coin, therefore, is more than just a piece of metal. It is a snapshot of the UK in the mid-1980s, a reflection of its heritage, its technological minting capabilities, and its approach to honoring the distinct identities of its nations within a unified currency system. Its production, widespread circulation, and eventual withdrawal mirror the life cycle of a modern coin in a rapidly changing monetary landscape, and its survival in collections ensures that the design and symbolism of the 1984 Welsh leek will remain appreciated for generations. The 2002 £1 coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II stands as an interesting and historically significant piece in the modern numismatic history of the United Kingdom, being part of the round pound series that circulated between 1983 and 2017. It was struck during a time when the £1 coin had firmly established itself as a core denomination in British currency, replacing the short-lived £1 banknote for daily transactions due to its durability, security features, and distinctive golden appearance. The 2002 issue, minted by the Royal Mint at Llantrisant in South Wales, is particularly notable for its place in the series tradition of rotating reverse designs every year to honor the constituent nations of the United Kingdom. In 2002, the chosen emblem represented England, featuring the three lions passant gardant, also called leopards, which is one of England's oldest and most famous heraldic symbols. The design was the work of heraldic artist Timothy Noad, who created a modern, crisp interpretation of this medieval emblem. The three lions are shown walking to the left with their heads turned toward the viewer, each with a raised forepaw and crowned with the royal crown, a design deeply tied to England's royal arms dating back to the reign of King Richard I, Richard the Lionheart, in the late 12th century. The reverse also carries the inscription £1 beneath the heraldic motif, clearly stating the denomination. The obverse of the 2002 coin features the fourth definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by sculptor Ian Rank Broadley FRBs, which had been introduced in 1998 and was used on UK coinage until 2015. This portrait shows the Queen facing right, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland diamond tiara, with a more mature and realistic depiction compared to earlier portraits, reflecting the monarch's age at the time. Surrounding the portrait is the legend Elizabeth II DG Reg FD 2002, Latin for, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. The coin is struck in nickel brass, composed of 70% copper, 24.5% zinc, and 5.5% nickel, giving it a golden tone, with a diameter of 22.5 mm, a thickness of 3.15 mm, and a weight of 9.5 grams. The edge is both milled and carries an incus inscription reading Decus et Tutemen, meaning, an ornament and a safeguard, a phrase traditionally used on British coins since the 17th century to deter clipping, the illegal practice of shaving off small amounts of precious metal. This edge lettering was both decorative and functional, as it made counterfeiting more difficult. In terms of mintage, the 2002 £1 coin was produced in large numbers for general circulation, alongside brilliant uncirculated and proof versions intended for collectors. The brilliant uncirculated coins were typically sold in presentation packs, while the proof coins, struck to higher standards with polished dies and specially prepared blanks, were available in Royal Mint proof sets. As with other £1 coins of the time, the 2002 issue was part of a 4-year cycle in which each of the UK's 4 nations was represented in turn. The 2002 England, Three Lions, design followed the 1999 Scotland coin featuring the lion rampant, and it preceded the 2003 Wales coin depicting the leek. The historical background of the three lions symbol adds an extra layer of meaning to the coin. Originally adopted by King Richard I as part of his royal arms, the emblem has since been incorporated into the royal arms of England and remains a powerful national symbol seen in sports, state emblems, and ceremonial contexts. The Royal Mint's decision to place such a prominent national emblem on circulating coinage in 2002 reinforced the themes of heritage and identity that were central to the round pound program. From a design standpoint, Timothy Noad's artwork is notable for its clarity and boldness, ensuring that the heraldic detail remained visible even after years of circulation wear. His design also balanced tradition with modern minting techniques, allowing the coin to have a sharp, crisp appearance when newly struck. By 2002, the round pound had been in use for nearly 2 decades, and while it was still popular and functional, the Royal Mint was already aware of increasing counterfeiting issues, which would become much more serious in the following decade. These counterfeit problems were one of the key reasons why the round pound was eventually replaced by the high-security 12-sided bimetallic coin in 2017. Nevertheless, the 2002 issue enjoyed wide use in everyday commerce across England, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland during its time in circulation. Over the years, many 2002 £1 coins developed characteristic surface wear, small nicks, and color toning due to the nickel-brass alloy's tendency to oxidize slightly, which can create a darker patina. For collectors, the coin's value in circulated condition is generally close to its face value due to the large mintage, but uncirculated and proof examples can command higher prices, particularly when kept in original packaging. In terms of symbolism, the three lions are often interpreted as representing strength, courage, and unity under the English crown, qualities that resonate deeply with England's historical narrative. This makes the 2002 £1 coin both a practical piece of currency and a portable reminder of centuries of royal and national tradition. The Ian Rank Broadley obverse also deserves attention, as it marked a deliberate move toward greater realism in depicting the monarch, with more emphasis on natural facial features and less idealization compared to earlier portraits by Arnold Machen and Raphael Maklouf. This choice reflected a late 20th and early 21st century trend in numismatic portraiture toward authenticity and lifelike representation. The minting quality of the 2002 £1 coin was generally high, with sharp edges and clearly defined details when new, but like all circulating coins, it was subject to the knocks and abrasions of everyday use. Its thickness and weight gave it a substantial feel in the hand, which many users appreciated, and its golden color distinguished it from other denominations, reducing the likelihood of confusion in transactions. By the time it was demonetized in October 2017, along with all other round pound coins, the 2002 issue had spent 15 years in circulation, witnessing significant changes in British society, economy, and technology. Today, the coin is a common find in old coin jars and collections, often kept as a memento of the pre-2017 currency system. For historians and collectors, it serves as a tangible link to the early 2000s and to the Royal Mint's ongoing efforts to celebrate national heritage through coin design. It also reflects the continuity of monarchic imagery on British currency, with Queen Elizabeth II's portrait providing a unifying presence across decades of design changes. In conclusion, the 2002 £1 coin is a representative example of the round pound era, combining durable materials, heraldic symbolism, and careful craftsmanship. Its depiction of the three lions connects it to over 800 years of English heraldry, while its obverse captures the image of the Queen in her later reign, offering a snapshot of both national pride and numismatic artistry in early 21st century Britain.